Brachis Perik Daled, Mishnah Daled. The Mishnah is coming to teach us two halachas over here. The first halacha is that davening tefillah is bakoshas rachamim. We're asking Hashem for what we need, and a person needs to be mechaven, and it has to be derech tachnunim. It has to be beseeching HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not just doing it because we have to. And the second halacha is going to be in regard to a person that's walking. A person is traveling b'makom sakana, so he doesn't have time to say the whole tefillah, to say the whole Shemona Esrei, he could have a shorter Shemona Esrei, and that's going to be okay if he's halacha, as we'll see. Rabbi Lezer says, a person who views his tefillah and makes his tefillah keva like it's a responsibility and it's not an opportunity, but he's only davening to fulfill his chiyuv of davening, like he's carrying a heavy burden and just wants to let go of it. So ein tefillas tachnonim. His tefillas are not going to go up, so to speak. It's not bakoshas rachamim, and it's not a good tefillah. So some explain that Rabbi Lezer is arguing on the previous Mishnah that holds that a person should not be making kviyas for tefillah. That a person should daven either, in the previous Mishnah we said a person could daven either Shemona Esrei or me'ein Shemona Esrei, a havinenu, which is a shorter version of Shemona Esrei. And now Rabbi Lezer is saying that somebody who's oisat tefillas keva ain't tefillas tachanonim, so a person should take advantage of changing things up every now and then. Now it's interesting because there are halachas of tachanonim in which the way we daven by saying alikain itzar, we're supposed to change things up at the end of our davening, at the end of the Shemona Esrei. And if you take a look in the Gemara on Tazayin and Beis and Brachos, the Gemara brings a list of a whole bunch of different tefillas from Amiroim. This one would say this, the other one would say a different tefillah, and we're so to speak stuck with Elikain Itzar printed in the end of our Shemona Esrei, but really we could say whatever we want, we should say whatever we want, we should ask for whatever we need, we should also ask for whatever we want, so that our tefillahs are not going to be considered keva, and our tefillahs should be tachnunim l'fnei hamakom. Rabbi Yeshua says, a mahalach b'makom sakana, a person who's traveling in a dangerous area, mispal tefillah k'tzara, and it's time for him to daven, so he should daven a short tefillah. What should he say? He should say it's one line tefillah. Haisha Hashem es amcha she'eretz Yisrael. It's the lashon of a pasuk in Yirmiyah that Hashem should help the Jews at she'eretz Yisrael, the Jews that didn't get helped yet. B'chol parsha say ibor yiyu tercheim lefanecha baruch atah Hashem shemei tefillah. So the question is, what does this mean? B'chol parsha say ibor. So it's interesting. There's different pshatim in what this means. So some learn that it means that even when Klal Yisrael is doing averos, or even when this individual is doing an avera, Hashem should still listen to his tefillah. That's very interesting because number one, we know that certain tefillahs are ma'akev, certain averos are ma'akev the tefillah. Certain averos, if a person does them, it causes the tefillahs not to go up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But secondly, when a person's mahalach b'makom sakana, when a person's traveling in a dangerous area, so the Gemara says in a few places that they look into his chusim, is he worthy of getting out of this dangerous situation or not? So it's interesting that his tefillah, which is something that they're going to look into, is about that they should or shouldn't look into his tefillah if he's doing an avera or not. And others learn that Parshas Ibor means that when they're traveling, like a lashon of Ovei Drachim, that even when they're in a makom sakana, even if when they don't have the proper yishuv hadas to daven, but they should still, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should still see the tefillah. The Gemara brings there are different nuschais of this. Tefillah tarche amcha Yisrael merubim v'daitem k'tzara, and they don't have yishuv hadas to daven for what they need right now. Hashem, give me what I need, so to speak. You should give each individual his parnasa and his needs, and everybody. The Rambam says in Hilchos Tefillah Perek Dalet Halacha Yotes, he says this while he's traveling. If he's able to stop and stand up to say his tefillah, then he should do that. But when he gets to the town and he calms down and he rests up from his trip, so then he has to daven the tefillas that he missed. The full blown Shemona Esrei. No excuses to not daven Shemona Esrei now that he came to the town and he and he's able to daven. It's an interesting lashon, but that's the lashon that the Rambam uses. But the point is that now he's able to have kavanah, now he's able to daven.